The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord, Yahweh, Bashmi Shai, our power. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to 140 and 4,000. It's the brother Amawan Padal from the GMS Denver camp, coming at you with a lesson in regards to the fact that you Jake's going to realize that we're yet this day in our captivity, man. All right. When I say you Jakes, I'm talking about you sons of Jacob, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right. Scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But, you know, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, you about to get that wake up call. And a lot of y'all are already getting it. All right. You're realizing that, hey, this is not the land of the free. You're realizing that this is a damn prison that the Lord put us in for our rebellion. And the prophets have been telling you this. Okay, you see, America is not the land of opportunity. And you get ready to realize it, man, when this damn devil comes down with great wrath. All right, when I say this devil, I'm talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who is your enemy. All right, and it's becoming more and more evident as the days go by. But we've been telling you, the prophets that have been out there on the highways and hedges preaching this word have been telling you about the biblical hatred that these devils have against you Israelites, man. And it's starting to rear its ugly head more and more. All right. And I'm actually doing this lesson in response to a video that was put up originally by the brother Arrows of Indignation 144. All right. Well, a brother from GMS Kansas City did a lesson in response to that. And I saw his video first. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull his page up because you should watch his video, all right, as well. So here's the video that the brother Mahalalia out there in GMS Kansas City, he did this lesson right here. That's his page right there, GMS KC Prophets 3. Hey, subscribe to be edified. Very eye-opening lesson, and he brought out very edifying precepts. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a response, myself, okay. And let's go back to the original video. So here's the brother's page right here, the original video. Arrows of Indignation 144. Go ahead and subscribe to be edified. He brings out various clips and news videos and TikTok videos that pertain to prophecy. Now, his video was entitled, "This Will Bring Judah and Israel Closer Together." Israel will be forced to accept that Esau is Diablo, or the devil. Okay. So, yeah, man, Judah and Israel. Judah represents the southern kingdom, the so-called Negro tribes, right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And, Israel is representative of the northern kingdom, which would consist of the so-called Latinos and Native American tribes, all right, who have had enmity between each other, all right, for a long time due to the curses, all right, and the split, also, which occurred when Solomon, passed. Okay, the northern and southern kingdom, they split against each other, man. All right, and we've been rivals for a long time, man, though we're of the same lineage. All right, you so-called Latinos and Negroes and Native Americans are of the same people. We come from the seed of Jacob. We have the same forefather, man. All right, and the rest of the world hates us. We have common enemies, man. You see? And you're realizing that now. And it's showed in these videos. So let's play this video real quick. All right.
It's 11 o'clock at night. I never do videos this late. But this comment right here is the realest thing I've ever fucking seen on TikTok, bro. I've been on this app for 4 years. This is the realest, most fucking legit, like gut-punching comment I've ever seen, because it's so true and so right. I had black people tell me, bro, we better vote for Harris, because no one is ready for what's coming. But I had black people tell me, I can tell you as a black person, this is gonna be like hell on earth. And you were fucking right, bro. Not only on this election, but on many other situations. And a lot of us fail to listen to you. A lot of us fail to listen to black people when you have been the most discriminated, persecuted, and historically mistreated people in the United States, bro. And we didn't fucking listen, and here we are. This is gut-wrenching, this comment, because it's so true. God help us all.
Hey guys, I know I'm getting a lot of questions and everything, and it's just fucking crazy, man. It's fucking nuts. Today, I feel like I don't belong here. I was born in the United States. I served my country. And I felt like a second-class citizen. I know some of you guys are gonna make fun of me because I'm probably got teary eyes and shit, but I've just been thinking about it the whole fucking time. And you know, a couple people asked like why they give me a warning, and I have no fucking clue. I can only imagine how people feel like if they're just residents or here on visas. I belong here, but today I felt like I wasn't wanted. Today I felt like I was nobody. I don't think any American should feel this way, especially in their own land. It just kills me, man. It just kills me because I know that not every American is gonna go through this. And I never thought I would have gone through it, to be honest with you. You know, in my head, I always saw, then let them try whatever. I don't know what to say. Today, I definitely am not free. We're not free no more. All the people I know that... Just be safe out there, guys. This shit is eating me inside. I don't know how else to say it.
I know a lot of DACA recipients could probably relate to this topic. I was called by my HR with my current employer this morning to inform me that my official last day with the company would be the 21st of this month. My DACA renewal has been very delayed, and I have not received my new employment verification card. This is a big blow to me. I'm a single parent of 3, only provider. My kid's father passed away in 2021, and this just sucks because kids just started school. Bills aren't going away. I've never been put in this position before. And
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there for a second. We'll come back to it. But you see what's going on, man. You got the Northern Kingdom, or the so-called Latino tribes are waking up, man, to the fact that this damn devil is not your friend. Esau Edom was never meant to be on your side, man. He only uses you. All right, he uses us for different purposes, man, to build up his kingdom. That's why you work for him, you know, making his ass rich. You know, you say you got a good job, you know, but you're really just earning crumbs. All right, Esau, he's the damn devil, man, and he's showing himself to be that in these last days, man. All right, and y'all are realizing, man. We're all realizing, man. Even the Southern Kingdom, who thought that they were free, They celebrating Juneteenth and shit, you know, like they're free now. Look, man, nah. We're in the land of our captivity, man, and that's what we started out this lesson with, and we're seeing it. We're not free here, man. We're not gonna be free until Yahushua returns, man, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, the savior of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, who is a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah. All right, we need to be freed from this oppression, man. It's gonna get a lot worse. This devil is finna show his horns more and more, and it's prophecy, man. It's all biblical prophecy. Let's get another quick precept. So here we have another precept in the book of Baruch. This is Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves." This is biblical prophecy, end-time prophecy. All right? For those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Our people are very stiff-necked, meaning they're very hard-headed. They don't want to listen to the prophets. We tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians that you are the biblical Israelites. All right, that your enemy is the so-called, white race. You know what I'm saying? All right, because you got to understand that it's not about skin color. All right, that's why I say the so-called white race, because not all quote-unquote white people are Edomites. Your enemy are the Edomites. All right, you see, without getting too deep into it. Even, you have Edomites that look like so-called Latinos and so-called Negroes out here, man, because it really goes back to your father's seed line. All right. But we know that the majority of the Edomites are so-called white people, man. All right. And the ones that are in positions of power, the elites of Esau, are showing you, man, that they're against you. They've always been against the Israelites, man, since the ancient times. And we fell away from our heritage. We didn't know who we were. That's why you got, Israelites call themselves so-called Mexican, so-called Guatemalan, so-called Panamanian, so-called Jamaican, so-called Black African American. These are all bywords, man, to keep your ass confused on who you are. These names were given to us by our oppressors, so-called Puerto Rican, so-called El Salvadorian. So, you know what I'm saying? These are all bywords, man. All right. So-called Nigerian. I can go on for days. All right. But the point is that we're remembering ourselves in the land of our captivities. All right. The main land of captivity is here in America, Babylon the Great. We have all 12 tribes here, man. You see? There are members from all 12 tribes here in America, Babylon the great melting pot, as they call it. All right. And we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But, the main deliverance is going to be here in America, Babylon the Great. And also the main place of perils will be here in America, Babylon the Great. Okay. And we're getting ready to see that. It is happening now, man. These devils are passing all these laws and legislations to target you Israelites. And now you're getting your wake up call. Because a lot of the so-called Latino tribes, they felt like that the so-called white man was for them. Like they were somehow able to, I guess, blend in with the so-called white man. Nah, man. They know who the hell you are. They know that you're the sons of the Most High and that they're not. Same thing with you so-called Negro tribes. Some of y'all thought that y'all could blend in Esau society because you got a good job or you made some money here. You made a few crumbs here, which is nothing compared to what the fuck Esau has on the whole. You got a few Jake millionaires and whatever. That don't mean shit. All right. These devils are our oppressor. This land was stolen from you, especially you so-called Latinos, man, and Native Americans. I mean, what's it gonna take for y'all to wake up, man? Anyway, man, I'm not gonna, let's go on to the next precept. I don't want to ramble on, man. It's just, hey, man, the Bible is speaking loud and clear in these last days, and the prophets have told you already. All right, let's play a little bit more of this, okay?
Currently still waiting on that permit to hit my mailbox. For those that don't know, the Supreme Court ruled Monday for the Trump administration and agreed U.S. immigration agents may stop and detain detain anyone they suspect in the U.S. illegally based on little more than working at a gas station, at a restaurant, at a car wash, speaking Spanish, or having brown skin. That is all they need. If you speak Spanish or have brown skin, you are in danger. My family's in danger. And we have to step up. We have to be the change. We have to spread the word. Make sure to keep your family as safe as you can. Let them be informed, and that's the best that we can do. But, yep, the Supreme Court ruled this on Monday for the Trump administration.
What happened yesterday in the shadow docket decision was that the Supreme Court said that it was permissible, legally permissible in the United States of America to use racial profiling, to use accents, and to use race itself as a predicate for denying someone access to due process, which is guaranteed by the 14th Amendment.
They are suspending constitutional rights for persons based on their race and ethnicity. There is no moment in recorded human history where you look at an autocratic regime where that is not an element of that regime.
Being detained in America for speaking Spanish or for being brown is now legal. Yes, that's correct. And that comes after an earlier decision by the Supreme Court today where they issued an emergency decision in Non B. Vasquez Perdomo concerning Operation at Large, which deployed ICE agents to the Los Angeles area to places frequented by Latino people who may or may not be undocumented. This decision overturned a previous decision from a federal judge prohibiting immigration agents from detaining people based solely on their perceived ethnicity or the language that they speak. Over the objection of 3 liberal justices, the court blocked a judge's ruling that federal agents actually needed reasonable suspicion that the person was here illegally and not simply their skin color. Now, what's crazy is that the Supreme Court didn't issue an explanation for their decision, although Justice Kavanaugh did issue a concurrence. Now, in his concurrence, he stated that the law allowed ICE to briefly detain an individual for questioning if they have a reasonable suspicion based on specific articulable facts that the person questioned is in the United States illegally. And they said that he further went on to say that ICE agents can use factors such as a presence at a particular location, the type of work that the person does, speaking Spanish or speaking English with an accent, and the person's apparent race or ethnicity. Now, this is absolutely crazy. The Supreme Court just sided with President Trump, allowing for racial profiling, allowing for immigration for ICE agents to detain someone simply for their perceived ethnicity. And notice that even Justice Kavanaugh said that they can detain people for speaking Spanish. So obviously they are targeting Latino people. They didn't say for speaking a foreign language. He specifically said for speaking Spanish.
All right, so there you go, man. You see what's going on, man. This is serious, man. Serious business. This devil is now showing his horns in these last days against you tribes. And like the man said in that last clip, he said they didn't say speaking any other languages. They said speaking Spanish. So they're showing you that they're targeting you Israelites, man. This shows you that we're the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. This is biblical prophecy playing out, man. End time prophecy. Let's get another precept. All right, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, as for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. All right, you see that? And a lot of our people, they think that the so-called white man, all right, the Edomites, are here to help you and save you. They gave you EBT, they're taking that shit away. They gave you all these government assistance programs, they're taking that away because they're not here to fucking help you. These people are the devil, all right, are mortal enemies. And we're uncovering this through the scriptures, man. The Bible is the truth. You get a lot of these so-called Christians talking about they join hand in hand with the so-called white man and all this shit. All right, they're showing you, man, who they are, but y'all are too dumb to see it. And guess what? Y'all are gonna become victims because you've refused knowledge, man. You've refused the word of the prophets. You said that we were being hateful. You guys just hate white people, all this shit. All right. You're seeing that the message that we bring is deadly serious, man. Matter of fact, I want to play a quick video clip from some local news out here in Colorado. And it's suspicious to me. I'll just say that. So here's a clip that I came across today, just scrolling through the news clips and whatnot. This is local news out here in Colorado, and this is from Denver 7. Hey, fair use, fair use. I'm not making any money off of this. This is for educational and spiritual purposes only. Fair use. Check this out. It says, these are the victims of the deadly Colorado dairy accident in Keensburg. Check this out.
There is new information tonight in the deaths of 6 people at a northern Colorado dairy ranch. We have learned the identities of all of them. The youngest, just 17 years old. Oscar Espinoza Leos, who was 17. 50-year-old Alejandro Espenza Cruz, Oscar's father. 29-year-old Carlos Espinoza Prado. 36-year-old Jorge Sanchez Pena. 40-year-old Ricardo Gomez Galvin. And 32-year-old Noe Montanez Casanas. This happened Wednesday night at Prospect Ranch in Keensburg, and 2 sources tell Denver 7 a worker may have accidentally released deadly amounts of the toxic gas hydrogen sulfide. 5 others rushed in to save him, and despite an on-site supervisor yelling at them not to, and all of those men were also killed.
All right, so you see that right there. It was a deadly accident, quote unquote. It took place out here in this hick town in Colorado. All right, and look at the victims that died here. Look at them, all so-called Latinos, man, Israelites. Now, I'm not saying anything. I have my opinion, but to me, it seems suspicious. All right, these devils hate us, man. They're gonna be doing all kind of shit, man. We haven't seen nothing yet, man. All these people that go missing, all these Israelite women that go missing, Israelite children that go missing. It's not no accident, man. These people are your enemies. Let's get a quick precept on that, man. Just some local news that I came across, man, that I found very, very suspicious, that they all had an accident at the job, you know what I'm saying? And they were all so-called Latinos. So here's a verse right here. I haven't brought out in a while, man, but it's heavy. This is the Lord Yahweh Shai speaking, all right? And he says this, John 10 and verse 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. All right. So the thief is Esau Edom. All he does is steal, kill, and destroy. That's all he does, man. That's evident in these last days. He stole the land from you, killed your ancestors, murdered them, raped them, robbed them. All right, our ancestors. All right, and he's still doing it to this day. All right. You see, they destroyed the earth, the plants, the animals, the natural ecosystems. They've destroyed every damn thing. That's all they can do. They're designed to be the wicked. They are the wicked. And now it is being made evident in these last days. And they're showing their horns, man. They're showing you who they are. These devils are not your friend. Yahweh Shai said he's come to give us life more abundantly. So this is who you need to turn to. You need to turn to Yahweh through his son, Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. That is the answer and the only answer. All right? Not trying to create generational wealth here in the land of your goddamn captivity. We've been sent here as a punishment, man, for our rebellion against our God, man. All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He sent us here to be put into a prison. That's what this is, man. America is a fucking prison. Wake up, man. All right, so here we have, here in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, all right, it gives you the curses that the Israelites will be put under, man. The punishment that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, all right, Bashem Yahweh Shai, put us under, man, due to our rebellion, all right? You see, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm going to start at verse 47. Now it says, because thou servest not the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua thy God, all right, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, all right, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, that he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. All right, let's get a picture of the yoke of iron real quick to give you an illustration of what's being said right here. All right, we're serving our enemies, are we not? So, went to the Google search or whatever, or the search bar, and typed in yoke of iron. And this is what comes up, man. What do you see? See if I can zoom in. Look, yoke of iron. And look, it's not just the so-called Negroes. It was also put on the so-called Native Americans. All right, and you Latinos are in captivity to this day as well. We've all been put in captivity as a curse by our Heavenly Father, man, as a punishment, man. And who did he use? Esau, the so-called white man. All right, the Lord created him to be the oppressor, to punish us, man. Look, yoke of iron, chains, shackles, look, around his neck. You can't make this up. So this shows you that this Bible applies to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. We're the Israelites, man. And we're in the land of our captivity to this day. All right. And we're waking up to the fact that we're in captivity. All right. A lot of y'all got put to sleep because y'all got a nice job and you can go to damn Wendy's and eat that bullshit, or your favorite restaurant or whatever. You feel like you're free. No, man. We are the rulers of the earth. We're not supposed to be serving these fucking devils, man. Going to their damn jobs and earning unfair wages to make their ass rich. That's a punishment, man. We're much more than that, man. The Lord said that we're gods, man. Lowercase g, of course. We are the sons of the Most High God, Yahweh. And through his son, Yahushua, and his sacrifice, we're being brought back to that understanding in these last days via the Holy Spirit, man. Starting with the elect. The elect have the full understanding. But a lot of you 2/3 Israelites, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians are complaining right now. Even y'all are realizing that this man is the devil. All right, but you're not seeking the Lord, man. And so you're going to be destroyed in these days, man. We're telling you to take cover, all right, underneath the banner of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. That's your only way of being saved out of what's coming. It's about to get ugly and bloody out here, man. That first guy that you saw in the video that I played, he said, man, it's about to be a nightmare out here. And that's the truth. And this is only the beginning. Y'all crying and complaining now. This is only the beginning. All right, so let's continue on here in Deuteronomy 28. We left off at verse 48. All right, this is ancient, man. And it's showing you that it's true, man. All right, this Bible is a historical document. All right, and it's spiritual. All right. So, yeah, man, we were put in yokes of iron, man. Who? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man, who are still in captivity to this day. All right, verse 49, it says, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. All right, and that was made evident, when Esau came over here on ships, all right, and took you so-called Latinos and murdered your women, your children, and the men. All right, and they have this land in their possession to this day. All right, this land was inhabited by the so-called Latinos, man, and Native Americans. All right, before Judah, the so-called Negroes were brought over here on the slave ships, you had the Northern Kingdom over here already. And guess what? These damn devils came over here with a language that you didn't understand because you were speaking Hebrew before you started speaking Spanish, before you were colonized and forced to speak their language. All right. You see, they came over here with a language that you didn't understand. All right. And they were as swift as the eagle. And what's the symbol of the damn Edomite? The eagle. All right. here in America, also in Rome. All right, their symbol was the eagle, man. Come on, it's no coincidence. These are the same fucking people. And they're running the same play on you in these last days, man. They finna come down with great wrath, man. All right? Because they see us waking up. And they're becoming afraid, man. Let's get Revelation 11. But I'm gonna read one more here in Deuteronomy 28, and then we're gonna jump to Revelation 11 real quick. All right, verse 50, it says, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. They don't give a damn about your families. They don't care about your elderly. All right, these devils don't give a damn about you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you Negroes. They don't care. All right? They're the most vicious people on the face of the earth. They're the most violent people on the face of the earth, man. But they try to portray themselves like they're just so innocent and they're caring and loving. Nah, man. These are your enemies. As long as, as well as the other heathen nations, but the Edomites are the chief enemy of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you Israelites. And the elites know who we are. That's why they're targeting us in these last days, man. Their time is up, man. So they're forced to make moves on us, man. And it's finna increase. So here we have the book of Revelation, chapter 11. And I'm going to jump down to the point, all right, for time's sake. I'm going to start at verse 8. Now it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So what is this talking about right here? This is heavily prophetic. All right. It's talking about the dead bodies, meaning the Israelites that didn't have that breath of life in them. All right. Which was all of us at one point in time. We didn't know who we were. Like I said, we were calling ourselves all these bywords. All right. Anything except the Israelites. OK. And the great city is what? America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great. Another code name for America is Babylon. All right. And it says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. All right. Sodom, and you already know why this place is called Sodom. Just look around you. All kind of homosexuality is running rampant out here in America, Babylon the Great. And this is what this place promotes, to the point where you got children, all right, that are protected and have rights to mutilate their own bodies, and then are praised for it, man. And the parents are powerless to do anything against it. That's where we at, man. Spiritual Sodom. And it's spiritual Egypt, because Egypt, ancient Egypt, is a land in which all 12 tribes are there, serving captivity underneath the ancient Egyptians, which were Hamites. Well, guess what? We're serving captivity once again here in America, Babylon the Great, man. The land of our captivity. All 12 tribes are here. All right. So that's why this place is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right. Look on the back of your dollar bill. What you going to see? A pyramid. No coincidence. Now, it says where our Lord was crucified. Now we understand that Yahushua, or who they ignorantly called Jesus, was not on the soils of America. All right. He didn't get crucified here in America. All right. You see what I'm saying? But spiritually, he was crucified, meaning his identity and reputation was killed here, man. They gave you white Jesus. All right. They called, they told you his name was Jesus Christ, and he was a so-called white man. That's them destroying the image and killing the image and crucifying the true identity of our Lord here in America, Babylon the Great, man. All right. You see? So anyway, that's why you still got to this day Israelites with a picture of white Jesus on their wall. You got so-called Latinos. They're heavily into that damn white Jesus to this day. All right. Yeah, they got shrines of white Mary in their, homes and whatnot. Yeah, man. That's idolatry. Because they crossed out the true image of who they call Jesus, man. They gave you that bullshit. So continuing on, we're going to jump down to verse 9. It says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. So these heathens, especially these Edomites, they were watching us walk around in this dead state, man. All right. You see what I'm saying? We were spiritually dead, because when you don't know who the fuck you are, you're spiritually dead, man. You just out here walking around thinking that it's all good. Nah, man. You see? And 3 days and a half goes into, prophetically speaking, 350 years. And, you know, this is heavy, man. We've been in America in captivity for around 350 years, man, before we started waking up to who we are, before the Lord sent the prophet Elijah, all right, in the form of Elder Abba Bivens. All right, he began preaching in the late 60s, around 1969. That's when we started waking the fuck up here in America, Babylon the Great. And that was prophecy happening, man. We've done videos on this, man. But from 1619 to about 1969, that's around 350 years, man. And now look at what's going on, man. The Israelites know who they are now, all right, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right. They never wanted us to figure out who we are. They wanted to keep us in the graves, man, or to keep us dead, in that dead state, walking around dead. Now, verse 10, it says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. All right. And symbolically, it goes into the northern and southern kingdom. Okay. The two prophets, man, we are the two witnesses, man. Now, verse 11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's right. These damn devils started to see these camps popping up across the United States, calling out the so-called white man to be the devil and the wicked. And he saw the Israelites claiming that they're the 12 tribes of Israel, the sons of the Most High. And so guess what? These elites became fearful. They said, oh shit, they're waking up. They're starting to rebel. The slaves are starting to rebel. And so now what are they doing? They're coming down with great wrath. Let's get that precept real quick. So I'm going to start out at verse 11. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 11. It says, and they are being the elect of the nation of Israel, all right, the chosen of our nation, and they overcame him, who? Esau, Edom, all right, the devil, by the blood of the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? Yahushua. And by the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death. You see, the elect understand that they're in captivity. We understand that this is not our promised land. Our promised land is over there in the land of Israel. And we're going to go back to that land when Yahushua returns. That's when we're going to be able to rest and kick back and enjoy life. But right now, we understand where we at in prophecy. We're still in the hand of our enemies. All right. They're surveilling you 24/7 on your phones. They, you know what I'm saying? They watch you on social media. All right. This is a prison, man. You can't say certain things. They're getting rid of the freedom of speech as we speak. All right. This ain't no fucking promised land. Come on, man. I started out this lesson. We're yet in the land of our captivity. Come on, man. It's obvious now. All right. And so we don't love our lives, man. All right. We don't love our lives in this captivity. We're gonna we're gonna really experience life when Yahushua returns, as it tells you in Colossians, the 3rd chapter. All right. Our life is hid with Yahushua. Because right now we ain't fucking living, man. This ain't life. You got to be scared to be deported when you at your damn job. You got to be scared, that you're going to be profiled for speaking Spanish. All right. For being one of the tribes, you're being targeted, man. Now, here's the point right here I wanted to make. Verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, all right, Esau, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. The very fact that we've woken up to who we are, and the prophets and men of the Lord are flooding the internet, all right, with these scriptures. All right. Even the off Israelite camps that that have messed up doctrines, even they are a terror unto Esau, man. Because at least they know that they're the Israelites. They might not have the correct names or the understanding of the Bible, but the very fact that the Israelites are waking up to who they are, that sends great terror through the elites of Esau, Edom. Therefore, they're moving quickly with their draconian laws, man. It's going to get ugly out here, man. All right. It's going to get real ugly out here. And that's prophesied to happen before we enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And I'm going to get one more and we're going to close this thing out. All right, actually, I got a couple of more. I got to bring these out, man, for edification's sake. The spirit is moving. So, I'm going to bring a few more out. Then we're going to wrap it up, man, to make the point here. All right, this is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. And it goes into the sentiment of these devils, man. This ancient hatred stems all the way back to Jacob and Esau, man. All right. And the spirit is still in these devils to this day. And this is Genesis 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob. Jacob who? You 12 tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. Who's Esau? The so-called white race today. All right. That includes those 1948ers over there, those small hats. They're Edomites as well. But it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him, like Isaac. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. All right. Esau's a fucking murderer. All right. And that's where we're at. All right. We're in the land of the murderer, man. Esau. And he plans to murder you Israelites in these last days. He plans to murder us Israelites. But we understand that through prophecy, they're not going to succeed. They're only going to get the 2/3 of our people who refuse to come under the protection of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They're finna get got, man, in large numbers out here. All right. They're going to haul you off to these damn concentration camps, and they're going to send their National Guard to the cities. You're seeing that happening now. All right. Coming to you, so-called Negroes, neighborhoods and whatnot, patrolling them with the troops and, so on and so forth. It's finna get to the point where they're going to be using lethal force, man. Killing a lot of you Israelites out here, man. All right. And that's the Lord using Esau to get rid of the how should I say this? The rebellious of our people. Okay. Who refuse to see the light. Now, the point is that same murderous spirit is in these devils to this day. And they're showing it, man. They're showing you who they are. All right. Because we have the blessing. We're the children of the promise. Their blessing was temporary. You see? Their blessing was to have the fatness of the earth, and to live by the sword. And they, who is that? Who does that apply to, man? It applies to these damn crackers, man. Their blessing is the sword, their military weaponry and whatnot, their technology. They live by that. That was a blessing that they received from Isaac, man. You see? But it's gonna expire. You understand? They're losing their grip on the earth. People are starting to realize that they ain't shit. All right. So they finna come with great wrath, man. They're gonna try to kill us, man. But before, when it's, it's all said and done with, one way they're gonna try to slay us is by making you receive the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right. But we'll cover that in another lesson, man. They're gonna bring that very soon as well. But anyway, yeah, man, their sentiment is to slay us, man. They don't love you, man. And you Latinos are waking up as well. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 33. All right. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts. All right. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai of hosts, the children of Israel, all right, northern kingdom, and the children of Judah, southern kingdom, were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. That's right, man. Northern and southern kingdom are oppressed together in these last days here in America, Babylon the Great. Showing you that we are the Israelites, man. All right. So this is Daniel chapter 7. And I'm going to jump down to the point here. Heavily prophetic. All right. This goes into how the Israelites will receive the victory over these devils in these last days and possess the kingdom. All right. The dominion of the earth. Now, this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. That's right. So it's already prophesied that the Israelites, who are the saints, are going to take the kingdom. We're going to take it from Esau, man, with the help of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because we're not going to do it on our own, man. All right, these devils are finna wage war against us. We're not going to just waltz into the kingdom. No, it's going to be very violent and bloody out here, man. Now let's jump down here to, I'll read verse 20. It says, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, I'm talking about the fourth beast. All right, it says, and of the other which came up, And before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. This is prophetic, talking about America. All right. They're proud and arrogant. All right. Their look is more stout than their allies. Right. It says, verse 21, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. So Esau is going to look like he's winning at one point in time, man, because he's going to be killing a lot of Israelites, man. All right. We're just telling you the truth. But what does it say? Verse 22. And it says, until the Ancient of Days, all right, Yahweh, came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possess the kingdom, because the Most High is going to send his son Yahushua and the host of heaven to destroy these devils, man. We got help from on high. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to protect the elect of the nation of Israel in these last days when Esau fully comes at us with that sword, man. That's what's at stake. That's what's next. Right now, he's passing laws and shit to demonize you and to, lock you up. But he's finna come with that sword, man. All right? And that's when the Lord gonna have to step in on our behalf. All right? This is where we're at, man. I got one more. We're gonna close it. All right? So this is the book of Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. And it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. All right, the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So there you go, man. It says through much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So that lets you know that we're not in the kingdom right now. All right. That's going to be established when Yahushua returns, man. When he rescues us from our enemies, which are clearly the damn Edomites and the rest of these heathen nations, man. But the main enemy is Esau, Edom, and that's why he's coming down with great wrath in these last days, because he knows he has a short time left, man. And we're calling for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to have mercy on us and to protect us from what's coming. All right, we're in the last seconds of the game, and we know the end result is us receiving victory, but it's going to be through much tribulation, man. It's not going to be a walk in the park, man. It's going to be the worst time this earth has ever seen. So with that being said, I'm going to end this lesson right here. I ain't going to make this too long, but hey, the spirit moves how it moves. Lord willing, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you so-called Negroes were edified, man, because you're the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And this is what's going down according to the prophecies in the Bible, man. So I'm going to end this lesson right here. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, and Kwam Yasharala and the Bible Bar. Shalom to the elect.